Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Any other place that you will be watching this that's not YouTube? What's going on? It is your boy, it is your captain speaking. We are once again back with the newly named, because we didn't have a name last time, the newly named Heel Heat Podcast. And as we were last time, I am not alone. I am with the boy, ZTZ. ZTZ, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Not much, man. A little excited to do our second episode with an actual name now. Should be very fun.
Word. Figured we needed something a little bit more wrestly for the podcast name.
Yeah, for sure.
Word. How's your week, bro? How's your week?
Looking pretty well. I'm excited with a lot of news. A lot of news today about wrestling. What are them being? I don't know if you saw. WrestleMania 36 did get announced.
Oh, word! I did not see that.
Yes, they had a press conference Thursday morning. It looks like the likes of Roman Reigns, Charlotte, Hulk Hogan, just a couple of people name some people right there and there who were there. Were there to announce it. WrestleMania 26 will be taking place April 5th, 2020 in Tampa Bay.
Bruh, what's with WrestleMania falling on my birthday and birthday weekends, bro?
I guess that kind of shows that we have to go.
Word. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there somehow, some way. By hook or by crook, we want to lie, cheat, and steal our way there.
So, from what I've seen, it looks like a lot of people are already speculated that it was going to be in Tampa Bay. It had been reported recently, and people are not too happy with the logo. I don't know if you've seen the logo yet. It kind of looks like a pirate one, kind of ripping off what the Buccaneers do.
Okay.
Not really anything too great, and I feel like for a WrestleMania they have to do better with the banners.
Okay.
I personally like, because it kind of it pumps it, and a big thing is, when you watch the Super Bowl, is they have the Roman numerals to tell you what year it is, right? Which one this is on. So ever since WrestleMania 30, they got rid of it, and it kind of sucks because I don't know. I personally like that touch.
No, you're right. I agree with you. I like it. I think what's WrestleMania 30, right?
36. It's gonna be 36.
No, I mean 30 was the last time that they did that, right?
Yes, WrestleMania 30 was the last time.
Yeah, that was cool, man. It made it feel. It gave it that hint of old school.
Exactly. Letting you know that there is a legacy there. Letting you know that this has been around for so long and it's going to continue to be around. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I guess we can start off with news with Raw and SmackDown this week.
Yeah. Let's go through our Raw recap.
Okay.
All right. So I got in my notes, first things first, Roman coming out, cutting his promo. He's glad to be back. God bless that, his leukemia is in remission. He wants to put the band back together.
Yes.
And kind of saw it coming after they saved Dean last week. But I'm always down for the Shield, especially since this could be Dean Ambrose last month with the company. So if they want to do Shield, I say let them do it.
I saw it coming a mile away. Right after he announced it and everything, and they came to save him out, it was pretty obvious. But obviously, it is something that's very cool to watch. I don't see. This is what people keep saying is that Dean Ambrose is leaving WWE, and it's he's never coming back. The guy's 35. He'll be gone for a year or two. Come bigger. He'll be like Cody Rhodes, and then he'll come back probably. He has a tenure there. He was a WWE champion. It's not like he was treated terribly. Obviously, his booking has not been the best as of late, but right. I'm pretty sure the guy will come back. It's not like he's never coming back and we'll never see the Shield again. I was more sure that we would never see the Shield again when Roman Reigns announced his leukemia, because we didn't know the severity of it.
Exactly.
So it's him saying he's leaving WWE and being kind of confirmed doesn't really I'm okay with it, because I feel like they're only doing the Shield just to get, not to sound mean, just because he's coming back, but when it was first starting, when they first started doing the Shield, it was to get Roman Reigns over.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about that. But and I mean, yeah, it's great that they're coming back together. I am still bothered with like the way they did it. They turned Dean the night that he was
That he had announced, he was
leukemia.
leaving. Yeah.
Yes, and then he turns that night, and then the whole story is just botched, just horribly done, exploiting Roman Reigns' leukemia. It is just, and then a couple months later, they're okay, just because Roman wants to get them back together. It just, you would think he would come back, Roman would be angry at Dean that he
Dog,
did
right?
that, and
Yo,
that would have been a better storyline.
I put that in my notes. I put that in my notes, dude. For the first segment, I was like, Roman wants Shield back, and Roman is willing to ignore Dean's BS. And then on top of that, he somehow got Rollins okay with it.
Yeah, like they had him in feud in November and December.
Exactly. And then Rollins said some stuff to him later that we're gonna talk about. That I was like, bro, what?
Yes, it is what it is. I'm glad that they're gonna have one match together. It should be a decent match on Sunday. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have next on your notes, but I wrote down the backstage segment between with Lashley, Drew, Corbin, and Leo.
Go ahead.
It was a typical, the Shield's just living in the past. We're the dominant force, type of promo, and we're gonna prove it tonight by beating Strowman, Finn, and Angle. Typical, heel group team stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just
just a typical thing, and
yeah.
I could believe it more if they would have, because all these NXT guys came up, right? And all of them are baby faces. Some of them are going to turn heels. But I would have believed them more if Baron Corbin wasn't on there, because Baron Corbin's a joke. No one wants to see Baron Corbin. He's not a good wrestler. His promos are god awful. They make him wear the worst damn things. And I think I said that last time. I honestly don't see Baron Corbin being one of those players, or ever being someone that people take seriously.
Yeah.
So obviously Bobby Lashley, and especially Drew McIntyre, like people definitely take Drew McIntyre like serious as a top heel.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you bring up EC3 and just instead of these stupid like little parts where he's checking himself out, looking like a whole geek? Why wouldn't you have him be part of that faction?
Bro, you're asking the right questions. You're asking the right questions because I don't know.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I mean, like I said, Bobby Lashley is just a big dude, but he can get heat with Leo Rush, and Drew McIntyre is obviously an amazing wrestler, babyface or heel, he's amazing.
Exactly.
But then you just have the oddball Baron Corbin, which nobody takes seriously. Like no one's gonna go out there and say Baron Corbin is gonna end up like winning the match for them. He's a difference maker.
That's crazy.
But yeah, what do you have next?
It is what it is. I got next the opening match, 6-man tag, Balor, Braun, and Angle versus Drew, Lashley, and Corbin. Oh, before I talk about it, I also want to preface for those watching. Since I missed catching Raw live on Monday, I ended up watching it on Hulu. So if I'm talking about things that or I'm not talking about things that happened, or I missed something or whatever, I apologize, because that was the version that I ended up watching. But with that being said, first match, Balor, Braun, Angle versus McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin. It was a great match, but I just want to say that because that Finn and Braun tag finish, it wasn't a finish because it didn't end the match, but that power slam into the coup de grace. They've been teasing all year that Braun and making me want Braun and Finn to be a tag team. Because every time I see them together, I'm just like, are y'all gonna bite this bullet? Braun, are you about to be a part of the Balor Club? Can you just be the muscle?
I mean, he'd be more over than he is now. He's cooled off greatly. So
yeah, man. They keep putting him in with Baron Corbin, and they need to stop.
Baron Corbin. But I can't put the blame on Baron Corbin. That's WWE not utilizing Braun Strowman when he was hot, when he was super hot back in, what year was that? 2016, 2017? No, 2017. Yeah. 2017 when they didn't utilize him that well.
Yeah.
The other guy cooled off. mean, he's still big.
Yeah.
He's still big for the company, but like not as big as he could have.
Not as big as he could have been. Yeah, definitely not as big as he was.
I think what ruined it was when we finally thought that Braun Strowman was gonna win the Universal title back at Crown Jewel, and he got demolished within like 5 minutes because Baron Corbin hit him with the belt and he took 6 F5s. Now, how does that make any sense? I know off topic, but you get hit with a belt, right? A belt. It's leather and obviously gold or whatever it is made of, right? Yeah, that hurts. But you get dropped on your side 6 times, and one of them was outside the ring, and you continue to get up. But we're supposed to believe that the belt to the back of the head is supposed to be the key difference maker?
Listen. Obviously, WWE was like, bro, you know what would be amazing? You know what would really solidify Braun losing with some credibility? Ayo, Baron, smack him with the title.
He didn't even have to do that. It's Brock Lesnar.
Exactly.
Brock Lesnar's already beaten this guy like 3 times. Freaking Brock Lesnar scares the crap out of anybody. You know he could legitimately kill anybody if he really wanted to. You didn't have to have Baron Corbin step in.
But then why? Then where would we be without this Baron Corbin heel stable versus Braun Strowman throw in any babyface team?
A lot happier, I will tell you that now. A lot happier.
You're right. You got.
I cannot watch 3 hours because you see this guy like 5 times throughout the night. Like, do I really need to see Baron Corbin's ugly face 5 times?
You're right. You got that.
I just no.
Yeah.
Sorry. I really hate Baron Corbin.
No, you're good. R.I.P. Lio Rush. I'm pretty sure he's dead. That was just insane.
What happened? Explain what happened. Alex, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I can hear you now. What happened with Lio Rush?
He died.
Okay. Explain how he died.
Okay. So there was some shenanigans going on outside. Balor was messed with by Lio Rush after the Power Slam coup de grace. Lio Rush put Balor's foot on the rope to make it look like he was cheating. Mm-hmm. Balor came outside, chased him. Lio Rush ran away, and then Lio Rush ended up being in the guardrail where the timekeeper's table is.
Uh-huh.
And then Strowman was coming towards Lashley because Lashley hopped in front of him. Lashley gets out of the way, and Strowman rams into Lio Rush, breaking him and the barricade. I'm pretty sure like 2 people behind the timekeeper's table died. Like chairs were destroyed. It was crazy. I'm pretty sure Lio Rush died.
Poor little dude.
Right. That was an insane spot. So I had to put that down. Okay. But then the heel team wins shortly after that.
I feel like they had to win. They should have won. They gotta stop putting Kurt Angle in there. Kurt Angle's is a legend. He's gotta be somebody who only shows up at pay-per-views, man. You don't want to keep giving him away because then he's nothing special.
Exactly. And then heel team beats down Angle because Braun's already taken care of. There was a video I saw of that moment slow down where Drew and Baron are trying to tell Bobby like where to go and what to do, and Bobby's face, he looks so confused.
I've not seen it.
Oh my goodness, I'll link it to you. I'll link it to you at some point today after we're done. But Baron is just like, yeah, go help Drew, and Drew's like, no, go help Baron, and the look on Bobby's face, it's priceless. It's priceless. And then R.I.P. Finn's back because
he went through the back.
Yeah, they hit him with that double choke slam.
Yeah, double steel step. I guess that's their finisher for I guess when they face off the Shield. The Shield's gonna finish the match with probably a triple power bomb, most likely. Of course, it's the Shield. So what they're gonna try to do is try to get people to convince people that whatever that new stable is or their group is that's their finisher. So whenever they do that, I guess they're trying to get people to believe it.
Yeah, definitely. But
all right, move on.
All right, we got the Ric Flair beatdown recap. Now, Ric Flair on his birthday party on Raw last week got his ass beat. We
Look,
didn't see it, obviously, because
obviously not. He's a 70-year-old man.
He's a 70-year-old man.
Batista's not coming in to beat some ass.
But that's how they played it. Now, I was left with two things after watching that recap. One, does Flair get to keep that custom belt, yo? Because that custom belt was sick. I hope that afterwards,
It's just the regular belt that they have from 2009 or 2008, the World Heavyweight. Which that belt was beautiful.
What?
That beautiful.
Exactly.
No, I'm not gonna lie. They can't. But it was a custom belt. Yes, but he's already probably has like 5 of them in his house.
So get another one.
He needs the NWA one where it looks like the US, and it was just the ugliest belt I've ever seen.
Stop.
If you've never seen that belt, you need to look that belt up. It is hella ugly.
Oh my god, no! Stop. And the second thing is, I don't know if you remember back at WrestleMania 24, I want to say, where Ric Flair's last like official WWE match was with Shawn Michaels. Of course,
if you are a wrestling fan, you know that moment.
All right, word. So for the next 2 or 3 months after that, Batista was feuding with Shawn Michaels about how yo, you retired Ric Flair. I'm kind of mad because Ric Flair was my boy and my homie. And the moment I saw the promo, I instantly thought of that. I was like, Batista, I thought that was your boy. Like, I thought that was your homie, dog.
He was his boy, but then he has to leave a statement for Triple H. He's like, that's my boy, but that's your boy. This is how far I'll go to show you that I want to hurt you.
Exactly.
It makes the story a little bit better if people think about it. But I'm pretty sure they didn't think about that at all.
They did not at all.
No, probably not.
We're
gonna want to speed this up because we only have an hour to do this. We're
right,
20 minutes in, and we're only still on the first hour of Raw.
All right, yo, I got you. All right, backstage segment. Next thing on my list, Steph and SNL guys. Yo, that one guy.
Oh God, that was so cringy.
It was, and he thinks he's tough, but
no,
that comes karma came for that ass.
It did, but it was ridiculous. Like the very first segment that I saw him, it was in that one. But what's the next one where they were walking backstage and they were talking about, oh, I know all these wrestlers, and to their credit, like obviously these guys probably like grew up watching wrestling, so they don't know the guys that are now. They probably don't watch wrestling now. But then they walk by and he's like, oh, so who's like a new wrestler? And they look at EC3. And like I said earlier, EC3's looking like a whole idiot. Like, you're not in any matches. You're not doing anything backstage besides getting paid to look at your body.
I mean,
is that not the dumbest way to do something? It's basically Lacey Evans or Emma. Remember when they had Emma, doing Emelina?
Stop.
Just for 1 week, for like 8 months of that, just for her to come out as Emelina and say, you know what, I'm done with this. Go out back and come out as Emma. Like, how does that make any sense?
Listen. I don't pretend to know the goings on in the mind of Vince McMahon. But I don't actually have anything to say. I just don't.
They were just bad segments, and I know we're gonna get to that Braun Strowman one. And I was just like, I really couldn't believe what he said. He was like, "So this stuff is fake, right?" I'm like,
Lamau.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, you're saying that on a national television show where they're trying to perceive it at least as a sports entertainment, and you're coming out here. This stuff is fake. Like, whose idea was this?
That's hilarious. All right, yeah. But that was that. And then we got my favorite segment of both Raw and SmackDown. The Triple H promo. Yo, that promo was fire.
Why was it fire?
Triple H promo, that was, oh my God. Like,
it was very good.
It was very good. And it wasn't good for because, it was good for, Triple H standards. But the moment he was like, I'm not here to talk about Ric Flair, I'm here to talk about Richard Fleer, I was like, oh, damn, yo.
They dropped the real name. Things are serious.
They dropped the real name, and he got very personal. And I think that's what made that promo really great, is that he was like, bro, Batista, I will meet you anywhere. I will fight you anywhere. And when I see you, you're not looking at Triple H, the character, like you're looking at the man. Like, and I'm gonna beat that ass.
And you know what they're doing again? They're blurring the lines, which is fine because this whole feud will be remembered for the promos. It won't be remembered for the
Exactly.
match because the match will not be good.
But that's okay.
It's
That's okay.
perfectly fine because we need those nostalgia acts every once in a while. I mean, it's WrestleMania season, so they're always going to be nostalgia acts. But we need those nostalgia acts to kind of boost up
Exactly.
moral, I guess you could say.
You're right.
Like,
You're
it's
right.
basically like Bray Wyatt with Randy Orton. Like the promos leading up to that WrestleMania match was great. Like I was really excited. The storyline was great, and then we get to the WrestleMania match and it completely killed it. And that now we remember as a whole joke that this man won the title for like a month and then lost it to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And then Randy Orton lost to Jinder Mahal, but that's a whole different set. That's a whole
Stop. We don't talk about that.
that never happened.
That never happened.
All
We weren't around.
For the WWE Championship from May of 2017 to November vanished, and then they handed it to AJ Styles because they knew he was the best in the world.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened. And then he had an amazing match with Brock Lesnar.
Exactly. But just a couple more things I want to touch on with this promo. You know, the weddings joke was funny when he was like, Ric Flair was there for my wedding, and I couldn't make all of Ric Flair's weddings, but I made a couple. Oh, it's a big thing you got to plan for. And when he talked about he was there for when he helped bury Ric Flair's kid, like, or when Ric Flair buried his son, like that was. If there was anything that this promo did right, it was the fact that they emphasized like that personal, like how deep that relationship actually is. It's not just deep because they were in Evolution together. It's deep because Paul Levesque and Richard Fleur have this deep personal, like real life relationship.
Which is it's great. It's great for storytelling and it's great for just building up a match. And it's true. And it's real. So you don't have to like just worry about it being like all scripted.
Yeah.
But
yeah. All right. So the promo was good. After the promo, we got Steph in a backstage segment. She's announcing, we're dropping charges for Becky Lynch. And at Fastlane, it's going to be Becky versus Charlotte for the Raw Women's title.
The vacant Raw Women's title, by the way. Vacant. Which they
Raw
hadn't
Women's
announced
title.
at all. They just kind of just dropped it in there. She just dropped it in there all of a sudden.
Yeah. And, there's going to be more about that later. But that's all that was, for that segment. Mm-hmm. Next, in a good like 5-6 minute span, we get Roman Reigns talking to Ambrose backstage. Ambrose is getting ready for his match with Elias. Roman hits him with the basic, "Yo, should we join the Shield?" Ambrose is like, "Nah, fam.
Nah, I don't want
to. I got this match to worry about." Cut to Tori Wilson being inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, I mean, congrats to her. I'm not really. No, I don't know how many people actually care about the Hall of Fame.
I kind of do.
I mean, it's whatever. We all know Hornswoggle's gonna make it there one day, and once Hornswoggle makes it there, I definitely don't care. Definitely.
Oh snap!
I mean, they're gonna run out of people eventually.
Eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, so Tori Wilson got inducted to the Hall of Fame. We cut to Seth talking to Dean. Now, I was down with what Seth was saying. Like, bro, like you and I fought each other. We've been on the same side. We've put on great matches, this, that, and the third. And then Seth was like, no matter what happens, bro, whether we're a team, we're enemies, like when we're in that ring, you are my wrestling soulmate. And I didn't know how I felt about that. Because I'm just like, Seth, bro, wait, what?
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's 2019.
No, it's not. There's something wrong with it. It was just like it was the weird choice.
It was exactly. It was a very weird, awkward choice.
I mean, the whole thing is that they're brothers, right? They're brothers in war, right?
Yeah.
So them saying like you're my soulmate, I imagine them going to war and then Dean putting on a dress after they go to war and then he's baking an apple pie for Seth. As Seth wears a suit to come home. Beyond the point.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
I understand what they're trying to say. It was a nice touching way. They just they worded it weird, which is fine.
It was a weird word, but it was a nice moment. And
can't be picky about every little thing, but it was a nice moment.
Yeah, it was a nice moment. Weird wording, and still Dean curves Seth. He was like, "Nah, bro, I got this match to worry about." So The next thing was sorry about that. The next
Okay.
thing was Dean versus Elias. Elias gets that dub.
I mean, they're gonna keep making Dean lose. They gotta put everyone else over. He's not. There's no reason to put him over. He's leaving the company.
You're right.
So like
But
those matches are pretty much given, and they're pretty boring matches at this point.
yeah, but you also gotta figure if they're trying to rebuild the Shield. Like I figured in that instance, Dean had to lose because then Dean would have a reason to say no. Because like as that match finished, Elias wins, Rollins and Reigns come down. They're like, yo, bro, we need to do this the right way. Dean like walks off. He walks into the crowd. I just put Team Heel comes down. They start talking trash about having a match at Fastlane, but like we're just gonna end you right now. Typical heel stuff. They jump Rollins and Reigns.
Wait, can we talk about what every other heel group has done for the Shield since basically 2017 SummerSlam when they were trying to come back? So what they'll do is they'll talk trash. It'll be like when they're trying to reunite, they'll corner them. They'll go in the ring like the Shield used to, and then they'll attack, and then the last person will always hop in.
Bro, I don't. Oh my god, I don't understand why that just happens. Like,
no, I mean it's kind of like them mocking the Shield, like them impersonating them or whatever.
Exactly, but still,
yeah, it's whatever. It's just they do the same thing over and over again, and in the past 2 years, what is this, like the third time they've reunited?
Yeah.
So like it's not special anymore. It was special the first time. It was great the first time. When I first saw it the first time, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." Unfortunately, Roman got sick. Things happened. Dean got sick. Ambrose got injured afterwards. As soon as Roman was cleared.
Yeah, and then
it died off. They did it again. When did they get back together? Like in SummerSlam again?
Yeah, like right after.
Then it died off again in October when Roman left when Roman had his leukemia. And now it's March and they're doing it again. And it's not something you can constantly keep doing. And I understand it. It builds them. It makes them bigger people, which it makes Roman a bigger person. But Roman's already, as of right now, he's gonna be the biggest person in wrestling from his story. And if you find a reason to boo Roman, it's very difficult to boo Roman.
Exactly, but and to like what you just said, at this point, it's not about it. All right, like Roman said, I don't know what Dean's doing. I don't know if they're just pushing this and then Dean's gonna stay, Dean's gonna leave. At this point, I truly believe Dean is gonna leave, and if Dean's gonna leave, I damn sure want to see the Shield one last time. I don't want to see Dean get hurt. I don't want to see Seth get hurt. I'm glad Roman's back.
And if Dean is leaving, it's so rushed, and you could have had a better story, and you could have had a better build-up than what it. You know who Roman's facing right now, WrestleMania? Who's penciled in? Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me this guy comes? Fine, smash him, destroy him within 30 seconds, make him look worse than Eric Rowan when he faced The Rock. Do what you have to do, but at the same time, you could have had gold on your hands. And yes, you're having gold for a second. Because you're only going to have this gold for Fastlane, right? And then you're spending it. You could have had this gold riding you out through April or through the rest of the year. Because think about it. Dean turns on them, right? The feud is crap with Seth Rollins. How do you turn around? Roman comes back, of course. You do have the Shield. Dean can turn on him on Sunday at Fastlane, and then you have a match penciled out for WrestleMania, right? That match gets a lot better when you know there are stakes on the line and that this is Dean's last match. So what you do is you beat Dean and he leaves, and then you have Roman as this guy, this conqueror of diseases, of ex-friends, of heartbreak.
Bruh.
Does that not sound much better?
It does, but no one believes that Dean's gonna beat Roman.
No one's ever gonna. Exactly though. You don't. No one believes Baron Corbin's gonna beat Roman at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So then, regardless, you have a pretty decent match with an actual build-up, with an actual story.
Exactly, but they're trying to. I don't know what's going on backstage. I don't know if Dean, as the person, is like, yo, like, I want to do this with my brothers one last time. Like, I don't know the backstage stuff behind these decisions, but like, I would much rather see Roman squash somebody that like we all hate and don't want to see, as opposed to Dean's last match being like him getting destroyed by Roman.
I
at
would
this
much
point.
rather see him get destroyed by Roman because it makes more sense, and it'd be a better match, and it would leave you with more draw, right? Because
Yeah,
let's say it is Roman versus Baron, right? Which is penciled
yeah.
in as of right now. Why would I want to watch that match? You're gonna see that match on Raw within 2 weeks. Why do I want to see at WrestleMania? So you're just gonna add to the card, and the card's regardless, you're gonna put Roman on that card, but you're gonna add to the card, and the card's already gonna be like 6 hours. No one wants to sit there and watch a Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns match that makes no sense unless they add a stipulation where if Baron loses, he leaves, he's done wrestling forever. I would watch that. I would put that as a main event. We've gone on this one for too long.
Yeah, because we keep talking about why it's stupid or not.
All right.
But you know, the point of that like 15-minute rant was, you know, the Shield is back.
Yes.
Shield is back.
It was very nice to see them like do the fist pump and everything. How excited they were. It was nice. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. All right. So next we got Braun choke lifting.
No, we even talked about this. No, we talked about this.
Okay.
Skip it.
Listen, all right. I have it in my notes. It's not my fault. You skipped ahead.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was funny. Now, tag title match. We got the Revival versus #Team NXT. Just kidding. Put some respect on Aleister Black and Ricochet.
I was so excited for this match.
It was a good match.
It was a 3-minute match. It wasn't good.
Because you knew once Gable and Roode came down.
Yes, I expected the match to end in a weird finish, right?
Of course.
I did not expect Roode and Gable to jump in, which is fine. It's fine. Build up the match, and which is perfectly fine, right? But build up to the match, and then have these guys jump in the end. Like, I don't know, the Revival come out and they start mocking Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, right? Once they're beating on Ricochet and Aleister Black. Yeah. That makes more sense for the Roode and Gable to come in and start beating people up. Which, once again, it makes sense for them to be upset that because they haven't gotten their title shot back, right?
Yeah.
Which is it's fine. It's whatever.
But they're not doing that anymore. Remember?
They're not. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad they are, but it doesn't make sense. But regardless, when they say that, they always do, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. But
it doesn't matter if they don't do the automatic rematch because it's not in their it's supposedly not in their contract anymore. But storyline wise, they'll have like Oscar and Becky, right?
They're gonna have a rematch.
Yes.
Like obviously.
Yeah. I expected it to be more like New Japan.
Yeah.
When New Japan, okay, Tanahashi lost his title right now, right?
Yes.
Tanahashi's not gonna get another shot to God knows when. G1.
Probably.
But that's what I expected. But it's not what I got. Or what we got.
Nah, you're right. I mean, it doesn't really matter who Gable and Roode beat up at this point.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. Like, it didn't matter.
No.
They were pissed that they lost to the Revival.
Yeah.
So, and they feel like, yo, we should be getting the first title shot. Like, at that point, from like that perspective, it doesn't really matter who they beat up.
Yeah.
Like the heel turn was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when the Revival retain, I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
when
the Revival are going to retain at WrestleMania.
There will be the Gable Roode, Aleister Black Ricochet feud.
You know, they're building up. I'm actually looking forward to because they are starting to build it up more. And even the mid card guys that are going to be in the tag team division, it looks like a lot more interesting. I mean, well, we did skip like even Otis and what's his name? Otis and the guy with the Tucker. They're starting to build them up. Which when they beat up like all those geeks, the Ascension, and I hate that the Ascension are geeks because I know they're pretty good. When they were beating up the Ascension, Bo Dallas, and what was his partner? Curtis Axel, and they beat on Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. All these geeks, they're building up to them, and they beat them all, right? Which even the mid card guys are now starting to get time, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. But I did see this coming. The whole triple threat, like Revival versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. Which, if they have that match at WrestleMania, it's gonna be an amazing match.
Yeah, well, we're getting it at Fastlane, so
Are we? I don't think that's penciled in. That hasn't been announced.
We're getting it at Fastlane.
Is it penciled in?
Yeah, they announced it on Tuesday, which we'll get to because I have it in my notes.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I'm excited to watch that match.
Yeah. All right. So last segment. Steph comes out. Has Charlotte come out. Then she has Becky come out. Becky signs this hold harmless agreement, basically saying, WWE is not liable for physical injuries. You get a fast lane, blah blah blah. Becky
Okay,
and
before you
Charlotte
say
have
anything, before you continue, I have to say, what was the reason for her to win the Royal Rumble? Was there any reason for her to win the Royal Rumble when, like, she basically was on one leg? She tossed Charlotte. Oh, this big moment. Just
yeah,
for, like,
bro. We're stacking the deck hard as hell against her.
I understand that, but why can't we just do another Seth storyline when this guy won the Royal Rumble and now he knows he's gonna win? Like, and we don't know he's gonna win, but we know he has a shot at the title at WrestleMania, right? Yes, like, why do we always have to go to this bullshit where it has to, sorry, I have to say it. But why do we have to go through all this crap?
Because
I understand it makes it look cool.
It's not even about it making it looking cool. It's the same. If you look at the history of Royal Rumble winners, that has happened. What you have described has happened more often than not. Yes, it has happened a lot in the last decade or so.
So what's the point? Why should I care about the Royal Rumble anymore?
Because it didn't happen last year.
Okay, so it doesn't happen like last year. It didn't happen the year before that, which is, I like I said. But I've seen it too many times where it keeps coming back or it's like the Money in the Bank. So you won the Money in the Bank and you cash in that same night. Drag on the Money in the Bank. Like when Carmella did it, nobody gave a flying crap about Carmella when she won it, right? You build it up, you build it up, you build it up, you build it up, that she's going to tease it, that she's this crappy heel that really can't win without this. And then we all get excited.
I wasn't.
I was actually pretty excited when she won. Although she won the night after WrestleMania, which when Charlotte beat Asuka, so it kind of completely throws that. Point is, it makes her look better. So these stipulation matches where you win, the one that only really matters is the Elimination Chamber, because once you win the Elimination Chamber, you basically know your road to WrestleMania.
Exactly. But half of it is what you were saying. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that stuff. But the other half is the story we're telling to get there.
I understand that, but they've been doing this story so well. They have. But now it just kind of seems like a cluster. Because you win this match, and you could feud with the Authority, which is fine. I agree with that. I think it's great storytelling. I think it's the right way to do things, just building and giving that person something to do to build them up to that Mania match, right? But it basically, if you're feuding with them and Vince McMahon just comes out, you know what? It's the same thing what happened with Kofi. Kofi won a match to see if he could face Kevin Owens at Fastlane. Just because somebody comes out and says, "Yeah, you're out. Never mind." It's like building up a UFC fight for 5 months and being like the week before, you know what? Nah, we're gonna get this other guy to fight him because it just seems better. Alex?
Hello?
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are my thoughts.
I mean, we got to see how it plays out. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Regardless, that match is gonna be great. It is. I'm not worried about it. It seems weird.
Yeah, but it's always weird. It was weird the first time I ever watched the Royal Rumble and I saw John Cena win, and John Cena blew it. Yeah.
What did he use it? He used it, I think, at the Elimination Chamber to face Randy Orton in the Elimination Chamber.
Nah, he fought him 1-on-1.
Oh, he fought him 1-on-1. Okay. And then he ended up getting the triple threat match with him and Triple H.
Yeah, because the Royal Rumble winner always gets there.
No, they always get there. They won the Royal Rumble. They're gonna get there. Yeah,
but it's all about the story and the.
I understand, but it just makes the Royal Rumble seem less important. Because supposedly whoever wins this gets a shot at the main event. In the main event. Which they say main event. They always say main event, and the main event's the third on the card.
They don't say the top billing main event.
They say when you say main event, that's what you think. The last match on the night.
Exactly. That's how they get you.
It's
But
ridiculous.
we're way off track. We're way off track. All right. So Ronda comes down. She does the Ronda thing. She turns heel, takes her title back, starts beating down everybody.
Oh no, she doesn't beat out everybody. She destroys Becky.
Oh, but she.
Hello, Alex. Okay.
Like.
Okay, your mic keeps cutting in and out, so it's gonna. It's hard to hear you sometimes. Like I can't hear you at all. Apologize.
So.
Went for some.
All right. So.
It's too close.
Charlotte got drop kicked out.
Alex, it's too close to your mouth now.
Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. So Charlotte got drop kicked out of the ring. Not drop kicked, but she might as well have been drop kicked. That kick was good. Steph ran her way, pretty sure, and then Becky got demolished. I don't know how many times she was putting that armbar. I lost count.
It was like 3 times.
Bro.
But every time I really thought she was gonna break her arm.
Of course. Dude.
Which is very good. Really cool.
I feel like this heel turn, while probably should have come earlier for Ronda, is for her.
It makes sense because she's tired, and we all know that she really can't deal with the booing too well. Exactly. So it makes sense.
She hit that effort on them, bro.
Yo, freaking LA, you just had to boo her, right? You just had to boo her at Survivor Series in her hometown. That makes no sense.
In her hometown. Yeah.
But, all right, let's move on to SmackDown.
All right. For SmackDown start, we got that recap last week's episode. Kevin Owens replacing Kofi Kingston.
Oh, something I have to say. Something I do have to say. I thought it was awesome when he was leaving and he was leaving devastated. And I love when Xavier Woods was like every time, and they were yelling and they were upset. It really sold it.
You're right. You're right. That was great. And the look on Kofi's face where he's just like, y'all think I'm gonna forget about this?
The promo when he was like in the recap when he was walking away and he like turns and he looks so sad. Exactly. This dude looks so. I'm like, that is somebody that I want to see win the title now.
He looks like Shawn Michaels did when he lost his smile.
Shut up.
But yeah, and then we got the tag match. Owens pins Daniel Bryan off the Stone Cold Stunner. That was cool.
They gotta stop. Oh, you're talking about the recap.
Yeah, talk about the recap. All right. So the opening thing, Bryan cuts a promo on Kevin Owens. The thing that I put in parentheses was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen in any capacity Eric Rowan with a live mic.
I have never. I have. It was when he was with the Bludgeon Brothers. He did have a mic, but this is the first time I think I've seen him talk since he joined with Daniel Bryan, and I liked it. I liked that he came in there and he was like, "Hey, I'm backing this dude up because I really believe in what he's talking about," or whatever you want to say.
Exactly. I thought the other thing I put in quotations, or not quotations, but parentheses, I love that Daniel Bryan called Kofi a supporting player, and it's very ironic because that's what the Authority was. Right? The first time he won the title at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I was just like, wow. So you're really telegraphing you about to lose to Kofi Kingston at Mania. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Owens does the typical babyface interrupt. Says he's going to win, brawls with Bryan, and then gets laid out by the facepalm slam by Rowan. Mm-hmm. We go to the opener match with The Miz versus Jey Uso. Usos cut that good Uso promo that they always do.
They are so good. And I know they haven't signed a contract with WWE again, which kind of worries me because they are not worries me, but should worry them.
Yeah.
But they're an amazing tag team. They really are.
They are arguably the best tag team in WWE. Arguably.
Once they leave, you have all those fantasy bookings that just is going to go off the rail because these guys have the potential to be like huge stars.
Of course, dude. I'm so ready for them. If they don't re-sign and they just want to, travel the Indies, like I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
They can go to Ring of Honor. If they go to Ring of Honor, that'd be amazing.
Exactly. Briscoes versus Usos. All right, I'm done. I'm done with the fantasy. All right. The funniest thing in that promo is when Jimmy is talking about Shane's shoe game, and Jay is like, actually, yo, Shane's shoe game is pretty tight because, and Jimmy was like, yo, that's not the point, dog. Oh snap! My hold up, whatever you just said. All right, so my headphones. I just was so hype about an Uso promo that I unplugged my headphones by accident.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was funny. Miz and Shane come out, cut their promo. Miz continues to solidify that he has daddy issues. They have a good one-on-one match. Jimmy tried to help Jay cheat. Shane hits him with the clothesline off the top of the steel step. Jay Uso tried to hit him with a dive. Miz caught him with the skull crushing finale, and they got the win. They got the dub. Good for them heading into Fastlane. I want to say, in terms of that match, that's probably that's the one match where I'm just like, I actually don't know what the plan for this is. Aside from the typical, Miz turning and beating on Shane because his dad loves Shane more than he loves his own son, apparently. So, but it was a good opener. We got some backstage stuff. Charlotte calling out Becky for a face-to-face later. We get that in the last segment. We got the U.S. Open Challenge.
Oh my God! What a match! What a
match, bro. Yo, so
let's not even talk. Let's talk about the match, and then we'll talk about the end of the match.
All right. So I just want to say before we get into the match that R-Truth cuts the best, like not the best promo, but when he cuts a promo, it's just gonna be engaging,
entertaining. It is so funny, and I don't need to see him every 5 minutes down my throat. But him referencing John Cena, and I lost
as his childhood hero.
I lost it when he looked up into the sky and he goes, "I'm already exhausted." And then Carmella goes, "Well, John Cena did everything," and he goes, "Damn you, John Cena!" That was awesome.
Oh yes. Lacey Evans doing her walk when he called out for a challenger, and he's like, "Come back, sexy gloves."
He's very fun, and this is the most fun I've seen. I've spent time with that I've seen R-Truth in a long time because I don't take him seriously. I can't hear you again. So what happens next is Samoa Joe comes out, and when Samoa Joe comes out, as Samoa Joe gets to the ring, everyone's hyped, and then Rey Mysterio comes out, and then Andrade comes out. And then we have a following of a fatal 4-way for the Open Challenge, and it was great because they built up Samoa Joe tremendously, and they built up Samoa Joe tremendously by having him just dominate the first half of that match.
Yeah, bro, I have I don't have a bunch of like those in my notes. I put Joe does his typical cruiserweight corner thing where someone tries to attack him from the corner and he just walks away. Joe looks exceedingly strong in this match.
I mean, he destroys them all of them. And then
I'm sorry, no, I was just going to say that there are so many like good spots in this match.
It was a very fun match.
Andrade doing the landing moonsault spot I put, where he tries to do the moonsault on both of them, and they both roll out of the way. He lands on his feet and then does a moonsault onto Rey Mysterio, like right after that. That was a great spot.
He does that every match. He's been doing that every match now, so it's kind of expected. I was hoping, because Samoa Joe came in the ring as he was coming in, I was hoping that he would miss. He would do the second moonsault. Samoa Joe would catch him and then power slam him. That would have been cool.
True.
But either way, it's a cool move. It's never like sorted the ice.
Yeah. I like Truth's 5-knuckle shuffle Cena spot. That was funny.
He only hit one of them, and Corey Graves called it out. He goes, but he only hit one of them.
That's why Corey Graves get paid the big bucks.
I mean, apparently Carmelo was down there, so he had to get paid the big bucks.
I see what you did there. The Coquina Clutch 619 spot I thought was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was the end of the match, and apparently not.
Yeah, the bottom rope splash spot where Ray slides under the bottom rope and does the splash on the R-Truth.
That was like the first time I saw it being used to like actually like kind of like cool. Because every time he does it, it just kind of looks awkward because the guys are always out of place.
Yeah, but that was cool. The apron powerbomb that Andrade hit Ray with. I thought he was gonna die.
Right.
That Selena Vega Rana spot. I was like, no, truth, not like this, fam. Carmella hit the super kick on Zelina after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Rey Mysterio
hit the 619.
Before he hits the 619, Rey Mysterio hits Andrade with the Canadian Destroyer, the front flip pile driver.
I'm okay. I love that move, but they've been doing it every single week, and it was cool the first time. It was cool the second time. It's still cool now, but you gotta save it.
Bro,
that's a move you gotta save for a cool match, for a good match.
Anytime I see the Canadian Destroyer, I lose my mind.
Obviously, it's such a dangerous move, but it's awesome.
Yeah. But then after he hits the Canadian Destroyer, he hits the 619 frog splash. Joe breaks it up, hits him with like a Uranagi slam, pins Andrade for the win. Your new United States champion, Samoa Joe, looking exceedingly strong in that match.
Oh man,
dominating.
Needs to hold that title for the next
6 years.
I don't even know 6 years is enough. I think 10 years.
Damn, I would give you that.
10 years of Samoa Joe holding that title because he needs to be the ruler of the U.S. I want him to run for president with that U.S. title on his shoulder. That's what I want from Samoa Joe.
I don't know about all that, but you know what? Joe can't be any worse than our current president.
Then who?
So, I said Joe can't be any worse than our.
You keep lagging out. R-Truth?
No, I said Joe can't be any worse than our current president.
Probably not. But we're not gonna get into politics in this YouTube channel.
You right. So next we get the New Day video. They're in Mumbai, India. They're gonna be at Fastlane. They're not at SmackDown tonight, but they're gonna be at Fastlane. Can't wait for Kofi and them to interfere in the title match.
I don't think they will. I honestly don't think they will because it doesn't seem like them. But I do see Kofi getting the match at WrestleMania, and I see Kofi winning at WrestleMania to beating Daniel Bryan.
Yes, I would. I love that. I want to see it. I hope we see it. It's probably gonna happen, but I agree. Kofi winning at Mania. Kofi Mania running wild on him out here. So
crazy.
Next match we got Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Bar. All right, so I have this in my notes because this was weird for me. So they do Aleister Black's entrance. They cut to commercial. They come back, and then they have Samoa Joe cut he just won the title promo. And then they cut to the rest of their entrances. And I was like, that was just, it wasn't bad. It was weird. It was weirdly positioned for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good promo though. And then that's where during that match, the announcement was made for the 3-way for the Raw Tag Team titles at Fastlane. Black, Ricochet, The Revival, and Gable and Rude. It was a good match. I put this in my notes too. There was a shout out to Celtic Warrior workouts by Tom Phillips when Aleister Black hit him with the I believe it was the moonsault when he's the springboard moonsault from the middle rope. Tom Phillips was like, "How's that for a Celtic workout?" I was like, "Hey yo, Tom, stop, dog."
Tom Phillips knows how it goes.
Word. Black and Ricochet won off a Black Mass through 60 senton, or 630, not 360. Apologize. 630 senton combo. They won. Shinsuke and Rusev just come out of nowhere and start beating them up. The Bar joins in, and then who comes for the save to make it fair? Dem Hardy Boys.
Yes.
The controlled, woken Matt Hardy.
No, he's calm. He's normal now.
He's controlled the woken ways. He's mastered the powers of the multiverse.
What a waste it was.
Yeah.
What a waste it was to bring that talent. Really, he really should have just stayed on the Indies. He was so much bigger on the Indies.
True.
He was so much bigger. People wanted to see him, and people did want to see him in WWE. It's just that they took forever to get to the Woken universe, and when they got there, it was horribly mishandled. Although I know Matt Hardy did have a problem, they'd have the creativity to do what he wanted. Not all of it, of course not. It's WWE, but he had some of the creativity to do it, which with Bray Wyatt's feud, it was pretty fun. And
Oh
then
yeah.
we had a tag team.
Then we got the tag team.
God Almighty, why?
I mean, I thought it was cool. That's just me. All right, but this was the weird thing. This was the weird thing about that. For whatever reason, after the beatdown and like the good guys were in the ring, and the heels were headed up the ramp. Why did the Hardys take off their shirts?
I don't know. The Hardys love taking off their shirts. I noticed that they just love taking off their shirts. In the most southern way too. They're just such like southern people.
Yeah, but anyway, so after that we get Mandy Rose versus Naomi, the squash match. Now technically there was an interference, but still the squash happened.
I don't know what Naomi did to WWE besides the whole thing with obviously Jimmy Uso. But
yeah. Like it could be that. It could be they're just trying to make Mandy look strong against
obviously
Asuka.
Mandy big for her match against Asuka.
Yeah, but regardless, it was a squash. We got some interference by Sonya. Mandy gets the dub. They're backwards walking up the ramp. Asuka comes out of the back with the mask on, beats both of them down. And then Asuka's just like, yo, gives Naomi that look like, I got you, boo, and like walks away. And Naomi's like, yeah, girl, good looks. After that, so we got that, and then after that match is possibly one of my favorite new segments. It's the Randy Orton just interrupts AJ Styles at like all times.
Oh, it was pretty good. I liked it.
I just want Randy to do that to all baby faces now.
He's very witty, and it's awesome because he goes. I love when he goes, I now see why it took you 15 years to get here.
Dog, I put that in my notes.
I was like, oh, snap.
Dude. I was like, and the way AJ just looks so dumbfounded. Like,
wow.
What?
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah. So that was cool. I hope, because I'm pretty sure AJ and Randy are going to have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I like that they're doing this, building this up like slowly, and that they're building up slowly. And obviously, I think AJ can have a match. I think he is cleared, but having him time to rest because he has had a very lengthy schedule the past couple years with him being with WWE has been pretty cool.
Word. So next we got our technical like main event because it's the last match. Rowan versus Kevin Owens. Match wasn't really that long, but some of the things I got on my notes. Daniel Bryan was on commentary. Rowan hit Kevin with the big boy drop kick. I was like, stop, dog. That's why do I'm 99% sure I saw Braun Strowman do a drop kick. And I'm just like, why do you big guys? You don't need the drop kick in your arsenal.
I mean, it's way cooler.
But I'm about to say, the fact that you used the drop kick, though, this is just straight heat. Like, I loved it. Daniel Bryan does the typical, trash talking to Kevin, standing up and looking at him while he's on commentary. Kevin beats him down. Had enough. Enough was enough. Rowan stops him, beating down. Stops that beat down, picks him up. Slams him into the post. He gets that DQ victory because Daniel Bryan and Rowan just start tag team beating him up. And then my boy Mustafa Ali coming down for the save.
Also, Mustafa Ali should be he should be a contender to face Daniel Bryan. He pinned him on his first night.
But he was going to be in Elimination Chamber, but didn't he get hurt?
He did get hurt. He got a concussion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, it'd be awesome if we had, okay, think about this. A fatal four-way for the WWE Championship would be great at WrestleMania, right?
I'll be done with that.
Kevin Owens, Mustafa Ali, Kofi, and then you have Daniel Bryan. And then that leaves a whole bunch of mystery, and you could have Eric Rowan step in and be a big heel.
Yeah. I'll be down with that.
That'd be cool.
Down with that. To see Mustafa in the last year go from
pre-show WrestleMania 34 and having one of the best matches.
Main event, yeah, from having one of the best matches on the pre-show to being a part of the SmackDown main event, like that would be amazing to see that year.
We all knew he was gonna be. He was the workhorse of cruiserweight, which if anyone needs it as well, it's Cedric Alexander. He's also very good.
Yes.
But Mustafa Ali is great. It's great.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali is great, and I hope that happens. I hope we get something good with him come WrestleMania. Last segment, Charlotte calls out Becky for their face off. You know, they do their typical, you know, the cat and mouse promo game. Like, oh, you know, you didn't really want to, you know, talk to me. You just came to you know, just talk that mess for a match. Charlotte proceeds to beat her down. She tries to put her into the figure eight. Becky, when Charlotte grabs her leg, ends up beating her with a crutch, gets her in the disarmer for a good decent amount of time. The rest come and break it up, and that was the end of that for the end of SmackDown.
It was a pretty good episode.
Yeah. I love how they've been pushing the women's main event for WrestleMania.
That's gonna be the main event for actual WrestleMania, like the very last match. That should be the very last match.
Yeah, for as hard as they're pushing them in the main events of Raw and SmackDown consistently, I absolutely agree.
And people love it. We're all excited about it.
I hope it's the main event at WrestleMania.
And it doesn't feel forced. It actually feels like it's something that should be a main event. These are big stars.
Yeah.
This is basically if you think about it this way, right? Becky was big all of 2017. Becky was big from August of 2017 or 2018. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking we're in 2018 now. August of 2018, right? To March of 2019. Okay? WrestleMania comes and she is going to be Stone Cold. She's literally, that's exactly where I'm going with it. She's going to be a huge star after that match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And she'll bring in not just more male viewers, because obviously we love it, but also more female viewers, and she will be that lead star.
Yeah, dude. It's like she is on, or at least for the WWE, that women empowerment thing, and it doesn't feel forced. Like
exactly,
you said.
It doesn't feel like every little which is great that they are making strides, but they're not the only company that's done it, and they are far behind on times. But what it does feel like every time they have something, it's always like, oh, it's because she's a woman and we believe in women, which is awesome. I highly believe in that. Women should get the exact same amount because they are, in many ways, they can perform way better outperform the men, right? But this right here, yes, they are women, but we see them as competitors. We see them as like people that we really believe in as being great stars.
Ever since Bayley and Sasha at Takeover, bro. Like
exactly.
Even before that, when that first Raw where Becky and Sasha and Charlotte came up, like there's been a consistent, no pun intended because they've used this word a lot, but there's been a consistent evolution in the women's division. And now they're just at a point where if Becky and Charlotte and Ronda don't main event WrestleMania, I'm not going to be sad, but like
it will be a huge missed opportunity.
Exactly. Like I'm not going to be real sad, but it's like it's going to bother me.
Yes, because like eventually we're going to have it.
Yeah, there's a genuine like opportunity here with three of the best stars in your women's division who, like you said, the program doesn't feel forced. We're invested. We want to see this. We know it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania, and it's like this is what we want, and for a lot of people, what they've been waiting for. Mm-hmm. So,
and another thing is where people go, oh, I wanted to see the Becky versus Ronda match, which it would have been cool, but it would have been cool at it would have been cooler at like Survivor Series, which was it penciled in, right? It was penciled in that was going to be the match. But, I mean, Becky kind of lucked out. She didn't have to face that match. And now we have this, and it's a triple threat match where we all were just like, this is it. Like, this is the time. This is the storyline that we're almost invested in. This is basically, like, without even saying it, because whenever they say it's the main event at this point, like, we really don't know what the hell the main event is until, the day of watching the show.
Yeah.
But this feels like it should be the match.
Yeah. It's got the most. We got the most invested in.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just It's time. It is time. And if they do it with another group of females, I hope they have the opportunity to, because eventually the women are going to main event WrestleMania. It's going to happen eventually. But if you want to really make a statement that you are fully vested in it with something that people are already invested in, this is the time.
I fully agree.
But we'll see the day of WrestleMania.
Yeah, and we will be there. We will be there live.
Yes, we will be there live.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Mr. ZTZ, is there anything else that you would like to say? I know we've said a lot of tangents, a lot of off topics, but it's a process. We're getting there. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we sign?
Before anything else, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. I want to say thank you for being patient. I know we are kind of being inconsistent about it. We're starting off new, but I'm hoping that come WrestleMania weekend, we will have everything everything laid out. Because what I want to do for WrestleMania weekend is not just have one big show. It's gonna take like 8 hours to fucking get through. I want to do one every single night after every show if we have the opportunity to. Unfortunately for WrestleMania, we will be at WrestleMania, so that's not a possibility. It will probably have to be the next day after, or we'll have to cover WrestleMania and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. However we're gonna have to do it, we're gonna have to cover it the next day. But for the NXT Takeover show and the the Ring of Honor NJPW G1 show, MSG, I want to cover that night so we can have it out for you guys fresh with all the news, all the craziness that happens.
What's that, Saturday?
That's on a Saturday. NXT Takeover on a Friday. Saturday will be Madison Square Garden show, and then Sunday is WrestleMania. All right. Which we hope to vlog. We hope to vlog and have a great time there.
Yeah, bro, you can check it out on our channel. Find us on YouTube. We out here in the streets, trying to just do this YouTube thing, do stuff we love. We might have some combined vlog footage because we will be at WrestleMania, but we won't be together the whole time. So we'll have hopefully some combined vlog footage of stuff that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It'll be cool. I might do something that night only because you and Jackie, you're going home, right?
I'm driving home. I am driving home that night. I will not be staying over there. I know you are, so you probably have. You could probably do that with Ryan.
Yeah, I'll probably do something with Ghost Boy. Ghost Boy. That's his new name.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's his new name. He don't know that yet. But yeah, and then you and I could do something together.
Yes, and then we'll have a full review that week with explaining everything, and it'll be great. Okay.
We might have to do 2 shows that week.
That's fine. We'll probably have to have like 4. Like that's not even an exaggeration. We might have to do 4, which I'm fine with. Guys, I just want to let you know that my boy, the captain, will be streaming this weekend, his first ever stream. It'll be lots of fun. It'll be engaging. What will you be streaming?
I haven't made up my mind yet, but
around what times?
Let's see. It probably wouldn't be until the evening. Haven't really worked out. I want to say around 8ish.
8ish. All right.
8, 9ish. We will post it on the Passive Play Twitter. You guys come out.
I didn't even know we had a Twitter. What's the Twitter
name? Pass and Play.
Just Pass and Play?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, go to Pass and Play.
Bro, I thought we talked about this in the intro video. I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
I'm joking. I just wanted people to remember.
Oh, my boy. You got me. I fell for the trap, dog.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please keep updated with us. We will continue to do this with our full passion and full reviews because we are not making any money off of this, and we probably won't be making. God knows what we'll be doing, but we're doing this because we're fans. Remember that.
Fans, dog. We love it, and we just wanna talk about it. So thank y'all for listening. For ZTZ and the captain, we are out. So have a nice day, and God bless. Peace out.
God bless. Bye, guys.
Don't know what happened towards the end there, but for whatever reason, had the audio cut out for a little bit, but it's all good. As we were saying, thank you very much for listening. With ZTZ, I am the captain. And we'll catch you guys next time. God bless and peace out.